Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vic Venom Show with your host, Vic Venom. Good evening. My name is Vic Venom, and I welcome you to my domain. Feel free to pull up a seat and make yourself at home. Perhaps listen to a bit, and I will keep you company for the night, and before you realize it, I'll be gone first thing before dawn. At least that's how I like to introduce myself with these Omni-casts. But since we've already I'm the first time we've been of this mini Omni-cast, I'll introduce myself. I'm a man of class and distinction. While specifics are not needed, you can easily tell I don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows. Also, my personality type tends to be INTP. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you'll figure it out as we go along. Also, shout out to my dear friend Q. Yes, you. I know. No, they can't hear you. Exactly. Don't worry, they'll figure it out in time. Anyway, back to where was I? Right. My hobbies include spider keeping, just about anything retro, smooth jazz, and of course, noir movies. Think of me as a sort of Cheshire cat grinning at you from within the darkness. A chaotic neutral, lawful neutral type of person. Think about it this way. If the world burns, you get to hear me talk all about it and recall the memories of how it was about to happen. And hopefully someone can avert that type of disaster. But I'm doom-scrolling, as the kiddies would say. It's very drab and square. It's not hip and cool with the jazz cats, as it were. So, at the very least, you can listen to the alluring sound of my voice as it makes soothing love to the deepest part of your ear hole. I said ear hole, ladies. Hands out of the gutter. For now, at least. There's always time to ponder what to do when the lights in the back alley of a Fuddruckers goes out. Though, if I were to make suggestions, the top thing on my list would probably be sprinting, among other activities. Oh well. I wouldn't know of anything of that personal matter. It would be unbecoming of such a suave and dapper gentleman such as yours truly. Speaking of yours truly, I have tonight's sponsors. Salmonella's Outdoor Diner. Come for the all-you-can-eat chicken sushi buffet. Stay for the super clean bathrooms. Also brought to you by Tally Tackler's Gardening Supply, home of the Tallywhacker. This week, we've got the trailer for the upcoming Carnival virtual reality game, just in time for the 25th anniversary. I'm totally not bitter over having to wait so long to get a home port of this, quite frankly, awesome bit of morbid fun as you blam your way through all sorts of dark and twisted sights. From haunted houses to a freak show, you're sure to find something to squeal in delight over. Quite the ride, if you ask me. The release date for that is set for October 31st, so be sure to add it to your must-play list, and you can thank me later. Oh, and before I forget to talk about it, I wanted to talk a little bit about my spider hobby. Currently, I have 2 tarantulas. Zero, my classic blonde tarantula, and the curly hair, named Fluffy. Well, in the situation of the latter, I've chosen a final name once I know the proper sex of my spider. If it's a male, Sir Fluffington. If it's a female, Madam Fluffy. Zero's name is significant, as it comes before the number 1, meaning the first of its kind, an original, unique. And also a reference to Mega Man X, as I loved that series as a youngster old man. But I can reminisce another time. Speaking of all things retro, it would seem the Big N is in rather hot water with the recent price changes for the latest console, the Switch 2. $80 for a digital copy, and $90 for what most of the time so far seems to be a little more than a DRM key you can physically lose. Miss me with that, will you? It was hard enough getting enough money to afford the ticker tape machine for the office. Don't even get me started on trying to afford a VHS cassette player. But I digress. Also, speaking of missing things, Mayor Bass of Los Angeles was last seen requesting $2 billion from Governor Gavin Newsom. Poor thing. She must not realize that the state of their state, no pun intended, is currently billions of dollars in debt. Last I saw was around 12. That's a huge deficit. I don't think she's going to be able to make that money. Although she's also trying to do this while squirming as she avoids answering to the backlash from her fellow Angelinos. Fool around hard enough and you find out, dearie. Tough luck there, Madam Mayor. Also, while I'm on one about California, my home state, for your edification, I just wanted to give a shout-out to my dearest old friend, Deb. I hope Santa Monica is treating you and all things that go bump in the night well. The asylum was a once very popular place to visit. I wonder whatever happened to those nightclub owners. Lovely ladies they are, though one seems more distracted than the other. Then again, when you're me, you have to make sure to put in extra effort in being a proper gentleman and a rascal of a boy. But hey, a gentleman doesn't tell. Neither does a proper lady. Oh, right. While I'm actively thinking about things that go bump in the night, I managed to pick up a copy of Castlevania Requiem for the PlayStation 4 for $5. Hell of a steal, considering, well, Symphony of the Night, the disc itself can go upwards of $100. And I don't know about you, listener, but I've got bills to pay and ex-wives to feed. Granted, my workshop in Bangladesh is booming. I even managed to give the pay raise to my workers to 28 cents. Monthly, mind you. I do have ex-wives to feed, and they do love calling me up in the middle of the night to tell me I'm not worth spit, only to promptly shot her whole when I tell her that she chose to marry this aft prick, and I chose not to don my hazmat suit that one time she asked me to scratch the hump on her back. Not to be too personal, listener, but she was a lot of fun. It was like a delightfully messed up tilt-a-whirl you could bang. Although you got dizzy after about 5 minutes. Since I mentioned bang, I might as well mention a boom as well. Or in this case, what would probably be more an apt way to describe the situation, a bust. The City of Angels is preparing to host the 2028 Olympics, though there are more folks on the verge of having a mental breakdown over the minimum wage increase to $30, as hotel owners are racked with debt and the stacking repair costs caused from the riots. If these large hotel chains pull out before the Olympic begins, you can rest assured those prices will reflect on you, the buyer. Imagine a motel room going for $1,100 a night. That bed better be made of the finest silk and velvet at the nearest thrift stop, or a hobo camp, and caress me like that one woman from Calico did. Ah, yes, the memories. Psst. Hey, you, listener. Who else would I be talking to exactly, You're doing fantastic work there. No. I'm just reacting to this in the question after. We'll now return you back to the program, currently in progress. And then eventually I push her off her and I just go, okay, Grandma, I'm done. Get off me. Though if I had to pick one, Father O'Leary had softer hands. And at least he gives you juice crackers and an ice pack afterwards. Oh, but don't mind my morbid humor. Recovering Catholic and all that. Spend too long in the drink, and you become as pickled as my stepfather was when I was but a wee lad. The Great War was, at my time at least, before the Depression went full bore and kicked us all in the pills, a rather stiff one. Though, it would seem that history does, while it won't repeat itself, it seems to rhyme a lot. But hey, that's enough time for one discussion. For now, this has been the latest installment of the Vic Venom Show, brought to you by yours truly. I hope you go in safe travels, and I will see you another time, listener. Good evening, and good night.